Welcome to the Horror Junkies podcast.
Welcome to the Horror Junkies podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Pat.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
And we're back another week.
Is this 3 fucking weeks in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks? We're on a
Yeah.
fucking roll.
Yeah.
We've only had one mishap in our comeback.
November's going to come around the corner and people are going to be like, wow, they're still here.
We need to be on a goddamn cinnamon roll.
Here?
It's the lost episode of last week.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I have been craving a Cinnabon so fucking bad for like weeks.
Dude.
Well, every time I go to Halloween Horror Nights with Patrick, his ass has to stop as we're leaving to get a fucking Cinnabon.
Cinnabon has to be the biggest piece of shit meal I could think of. It's like, who just goes in and is just like, hi, can I have 7 pounds of frosted cinnamon cake, please? No utensils. I'll eat this with my hands outside in the rain like a monster.
And don't even think about giving me napkins.
Every time I go to Halloween Horror Nights or go to like Universal, I always want to get a pretzel.
Yeah.
But
pretzels
every
are good.
fucking time I want to get a pretzel, they're closed.
Oh.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
And it's the saddest thing that's ever happened.
I think.
I hope that's the saddest thing that ever happens to you, Mike. I swear to God. I hope nothing but the best for you every day. Goddamn.
This man just wants a pretzel.
It's like suicidal tendencies. I just wanted a pretzel and she wouldn't give it to me.
Institutionalized.
Over a fucking Wetzel's
Oh,
pretzel.
man.
Meanwhile, fucking Pat's passed out on a fucking picnic table outside of fucking City Walk, icing,
face covered in
all over his
frosting.
pants, all icing all over his pants from when he wipes his hands on his clothes like a fucking Neanderthal.
In a diabetic coma.
Yeah.
Fucking,
His
I'm
A1C
like, please
is like
cut my
50.
leg off now.
give this man some fucking insulin.
His ankles and feet are just purple.
Yeah.
One more bun, please.
He bought 2 the last time we were with
2?
him. So.
Pat,
It was
you
for my
fucking animal.
girlfriend.
He said one was for him and one was for his girlfriend.
That's what they all say.
That's what he
It's a
says.
lie.
That's what he
I
says.
think one was for the ride home and one was for when he got home.
They're like, sorry, babe, they sold out. I only got one.
Jesus, mister, you're an animal. He's not even saying anything. He's just laughing because he's like,
No.
I deserve it. Go ahead.
He knows it's true.
But we got a fun show planned for you. Yeah. One thing we're bringing back, since so many of you have asked for it to come back, is the fucking news segment.
It's cool to stay updated.
Yeah, so it's actually, I'd never stayed updated when we weren't doing the show, so I had no idea what the fuck was dropping at any time or what was being released or projects that were announced. And Patrick sent like 1,000 fucking texts in like 3 minutes, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Pat went a little manic.
He did. He
But
was
with
like,
good reason.
Boom. For definitely good reason.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that came out recently that tickled all of our beards is the fucking Scream trailer that just dropped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 5 cream.
Uh-huh.
That looks
George,
it looks
of
good.
course, hasn't watched it.
Of course,
George
George
doesn't
hasn't
watch the
watched
trailers.
it.
I have been told that I need to watch it and shut the fuck up, but I still refuse. I am holding strong.
Good for you,
No,
George.
Watch it and shut the fuck
Nope.
up. No, because everyone was like, there's too many spoilers. Apparently, the director came out and was like, everything you think is a spoiler is not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of
There's
fake outs.
still so much more. Yeah, a lot of fake outs.
Well,
Yeah.
and also the new Scream script before they started filming. There's like 5 scripts that was passed out to the actors and actors.
Damn.
So no one knows who really the killer is. There's like 3 different scripts and shit.
that's cool.
that's
I
awesome.
think, and I think Patrick also believes this too. That Stu,
I believe
is
it
coming
too.
back.
I believe
Yeah.
it too.
And Dylan.
You don't have to
It's
watch
either
the trailer
Stu-
to know that. They have to.
It's either
They
Stu's
don't
coming
have
back
to.
No, they have
or
I just think the way the story plot, the way they kind of announced that they're coming back and killing the people that are related to them.
right.
It would make sense that the person killing them is somewhat familiar with the original group and Scream.
Yeah, because
so,
it's just called Scream. So it's like, does it just have to do with what happens after Scream? Because I thought Scream 2 was just fine.
I love them all, even the worst of it, which is Scream 3.
Oh, I haven't seen anything past 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Sir, you
Sir,
should really watch.
we should
Scream
do
4.
We're gonna have
3.
to now.
Well,
Yeah, Scream 4 is actually really good too. Scream 4 and Scream the TV series, surprisingly, were really
Okay,
good.
the TV show was fucking awesome.
The TV show was
That was cool.
one of my favorites because it really played to the who did it, who done it type of shit, and at every corner was just a surprise. And I really did like the concept, how they reimagined Ghostface as a character. I thought the mask was a lot scarier, but I also do love the ghoulish, foolish looking original Scream mask as well.
You know what? TV actually has been doing a surprisingly well job with taking some horror properties and making them into like fully fleshed out, full-fledged killer scripted television. I mean, they did it with, I consider Silence of the Lambs a horror movie. I consider it at least.
Oh, yeah.
And Hannibal was a fucking killer show. Hannibal was killer.
Hannibal.
He was
What
a
I
killer.
saw what I saw of the Exorcist TV show was actually pretty creepy.
No, it was, and
Yeah.
I mean, it survived. It did not survive the first season, but
No.
it was. I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than some of some of the Walking Dead series, which is what we
That show needs to stop.
consistently got for many
Well,
years.
don't
That
it-
show needs to stop.
It's literally like you read my mind because I wanted to talk about the new Chucky show on Sci-Fi.
Oh,
There it is.
It's
I haven't watched it. I haven't even seen a trailer
It's-
for that yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I
dude,
feel like
it's
a lot
so,
of
it's
I-
so funny.
I literally didn't know it was happening until like
Is
someone
Bradley
was
Dorff?
like, "Hey, are you gonna watch Chucky tonight?" I was like, "What the fuck, Chucky?" And like, yeah, they.
Yeah.
Dude, it's actually. I'm hooked. I am excited for episode 2.
really?
Is
I
Bradley
do.
Dorff the voice of Chucky?
I think so.
The lack of I have no fucking idea.
Bradley
I didn't hear the question.
Dorff
Yes,
fucking
yes.
acting. He is?
Yep.
Oh, wow. For those of you who don't know who Bradley Dorff is, Bradley Dorff is the original voice of Chucky. He's also Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. And he is the Gemini Killer in The Exorcist 3. Now,
Love that.
Pat George and Mike all know my affinity for the third Exorcist movie.
Dude, the third Exorcist movie is so fucking good.
It is. I want to talk about it on this podcast so fucking bad. I want to talk.
We will do it
When I-
because we have not.
We'll
we have
do an
not
episode
done
on
The
it,
Exorcist.
definitely.
I have the perfect movie to go with it.
Okay.
What is it?
Don't
Have
tell
y'all
us.
ever
Surprise
seen?
us.
Okay. Yeah, we'll surprise.
I wanted to fucking know, so fuck you.
All right.
fucking mention
I like
that.
surprises. Okay.
Well, Dylan, just text it to me then, and then we'll just leave everyone else in suspense.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I can do that.
But I mean, are you guys excited for the new Scream
Yes.
movie? It looks.
yeah.
It looks good.
Yes, I
They're
am.
bringing Sidney Prescott back. They're bringing fucking a lot of the original.
Nev
Dewey.
Campbell. Hubba hubba.
Dewey's coming back.
I love Nev Campbell.
Hey, how about this? How do you think about this? Dewey being the killer?
no.
Dewey being the killer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I think that would be a cop.
That was supposed to be the
I don't-
original script for 4.
Really?
for 4.
Yeah, Dewey was supposed to go crazy about his sister, and then he goes and becomes Ghostface.
I think I like that for 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see.
But I
don't know.
prefer
I don't know.
4's.
I like.
No, I like that it's the niece from.
I like
4.
it that it's the niece 2 in Scream 4.
That
Oh,
was that
sorry,
was
Dylan.
that was a plot twist.
I
I forgot you haven't.
I don't
have
care.
I forgot you haven't seen it.
Not Scream 4.
Oh, dude,
Spoiled it.
Okay.
dude, the killer in the
So
third
good.
movie, it's so fucking ridiculous.
I haven't seen.
Well,
3 or
don't
4
say it.
either,
Goddamn,
so
stop.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, no.
I haven't seen them either.
And then another
Sorry,
trailer that
Dylan.
dropped.
Oh, what do y'all? I
That
saw
I
some.
think-
Before, Mike, I know what you're getting into. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do want to
yeah.
bring this up. I saw someone post a photo of an action figure in a box from the new Scream movie, where the killer is Courtney Cox's character, the news reporter.
Ooh,
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Courtney Cox.
yeah.
I need to see this.
Now I could. I mean,
See, now we're going down the rabbit hole.
It's probably. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
most
now
likely
you've
it's
opened up the
fake.
Scream Pandora's box.
Yeah,
Man,
most
I hope
likely
it's
it's
Stu
fake,
though.
but I mean,
that would be
like-
so cool if they brought back Stu.
I think Matthew Lillard is such a fan favorite from the original that having him back
yeah.
in it will be huge. I think Matthew Lillard will come upon a renaissance in his career, much like Brendan
I feel like
Fraser's
that's
going through
happening,
right
too.
now.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey, if Jamie
Dude,
Lee
I-
could be in Halloween, he could be in Scream.
Jamie Lee
And
can
bring
be
him back
anything.
for another
Very
Scooby-Doo
true.
movie.
Yes.
Please.
All right,
Please,
Mike,
please,
send
please,
some
please.
emails. We need
Let's
to have
do
him on the
14
show.
ghosts.
I'll send some emails.
All right, Mike, what are we talking about?
So recently we saw like a weird poster revealed for a movie called The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke, and over the weekend over at Beyond Fest, they actually did a screening of that movie, and then like the next day we got the trailer for it, and I'm so excited for this fucking movie because I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Me either, because I didn't see it.
I'm so excited I can't talk loud.
I can't talk loud how excited I am about that fucking movie.
If anybody
Ethan Hawke
could,
playing a
if
villain
anybody-
for the first time too.
He's
always
has he
good
not
guys
been
in
a
his
villain
movies.
in anything else?
No, this is his first role playing a bad guy, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, not because in Sinister, he was just like the father figure,
Yeah, he was
true
the
crime
hero.
writer.
He's not a bad guy in
or
The
he
I've
never
never
Illusionist.
really
Cause
seen
he's
him as like a villain in a movie like this. So it's
he's
gonna be
going
interesting.
he's going to crush it. Like
Yeah.
it looks like he's really just eating that whole role.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
he's
like the
just-
fact that he's a magician.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really weird, and like the mask he wears. I don't know. Overall concept design for like him as a character is just already blown.
And I mean,
Yeah.
if anybody can tell me a movie that this looks like, I'd like to know, because it doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before.
No.
You know, with
Yeah,
like
the
with
concept
like the
of the
concept,
kids on the phone.
yeah, the black
kind
phone,
of
like,
like-
there's no cord, but it talks to like dead kids of his victims and stuff.
Yeah.
And they help him. They help the kid
And then the one
train
girl's
to
having the
like.
premonitions.
Yeah,
The
so
phone
it's
has
like,
the sixth sense. That's what it is.
I don't know, man. I think we're gonna get a really crazy twist out of this movie, and
I think we are too.
I hope so, man. And you know what? The trailer is so fucking good. Now it's kind of cursed to have to live up to expectations of the trailer.
Well, I've heard
Yeah.
from like everyone that went and saw the screening of it. Everyone's like, dude, this movie's.
That's what I heard
fantastic.
about-
Like it's 10 out of 10.
That's what I heard about the new Ghostbusters movie. I've
Me
heard
too.
really good things about
I've heard
people
that
who've
it's
seen
really
it.
good.
Really?
Yep.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, I need to watch it, but I've heard good things.
Well, the
about
trailer. I
Ghostbusters
mean,
movie
yeah,
as well.
the trailer's been the same. They haven't really put anything out new, but it's got
I've only seen that first trailer where it's just like them goofing around in the old car. And
it's
shit.
got Paul Rudd in it. I mean, God,
Oh,
Paul Rudd's so great.
oh,
God.
I love me some Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's fantastic, man.
And then was it? I mean, while everyone listens to this tomorrow when we drop this episode, it will be a theatrical release of Halloween Kills in both theaters and on Peacock. So I know we're all gearing up to watch it.
Yes.
Very excited.
I might go to the
after
movies
this,
tonight,
I'm gonna
actually.
go out. Huh?
I might go to the movies tonight.
Oh shit!
Oh, they're doing a midnight release?
I wonder if I can
Yeah.
talk Issa into doing that tonight
Holy
too.
shit, dude.
If it's not packed, I'll go. If it's not
I'm gonna
packed,
get in trouble. Dude, are they,
George's gonna get in trouble. Bro.
are they really doing a midnight screening?
Yeah,
Of course they are. It's always, bro. They got. I also just paid for Peacock too today to have like the premium plus. So anyone who's listening, if you don't know how to watch it, at home, you
I got
have
it
to
too,
have
player.
Peacock.
I got it too.
But I'm just gonna go talk to Issa about getting snacks prepared for our event tomorrow night.
Well-
like watching Halloween Kills at home.
Well, I wanted to go to Jacksonville and see it at Sunray, but they're playing the new Bond movie and they're choosing to play Lamb over
Ooh,
Halloween
Lamb.
Kills. They're not
That
even
is another
showing
movie.
Halloween
You need to go
Kills.
see Lamb. Fuck everything else.
Yeah, I need to see Lamb. I've heard nothing but weird things. It's just another one of those weird A24 movies.
Yeah, my friend Nick in New York went and saw it last night, and he goes, "I just saw Lamb." What? That was his review. That was his review. Was what?
What?
I saw an
Let's
article
fucking
on
go.
Twitter earlier too, and they were like, "Lamb, new movie." What?
Bro.
I
I
can't wait.
just love that A24 gives directors and writers a chance to really just do weird, creative, never before seen movies. I mean,
Yeah,
they really bumped up when you had The Witch, and then you had fucking Midsommar, and now you have fucking The Lamb, you have Lighthouse, which they're all just bizarre ass movies that I don't feel like any other production company would have picked up.
And I want to talk
given them a
about
chance.
who's doing the Wolfman movie with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Patrick, you pulled
What
that
di-
up.
what
Shit,
director
I
is
don't
the
that?
know.
article in front of me.
He said, "I didn't
I
read
have
the
movie
article. I
times.
just posted it."
There was some director attached to it. I don't know if it was. I know. I think it's Blumhouse, isn't it? It's a Blumhouse production?
I mean, it
Yeah, it's
sounds
gonna
like
be a
it would
Blumhouse.
be a Blumhouse thing.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan Gosling
Ryan
is the
Gosling to
Wolfman.
play the Wolfman in New York. No, it's not going to be Blumhouse because Blumhouse and Universal do things all together.
Yeah, that's why there's so many Blumhouse things at
Oh yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights.
It's literally Lei Wan Blumhouse is the director.
I think
Yeah.
Blumhouse. I think Universal owns Blumhouse.
I think they do too
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah.
why you get so many Blumhouse houses. Like that's why you had the fucking Purge forever.
Yeah.
And the Blumhouse.
But yeah, I mean, there's some cool things going out in the horror universe.
Nosferatu movie. Is that Robert Eggers?
Nosferatu.
Is that Robert Eggers?
Yeah, Robert Eggers. Yeah,
Man,
Robert
I
Eggers is
cannot
doing the
wait.
Nosferatu movie.
Cannot wait.
I think Ari Aster is doing another weird cult-ish pagan movie.
Do whatever you want, man.
Mike, yeah, right. Mike Flanagan has a new show that's coming out that's going to be around like terminal ill patients that come around and tell spooky stories.
Oh,
Ooh, I like
wow.
that.
Yeah, no, I read the synopsis. It sounds really fucking cool. That man is just on a streak. I'm 100% certain Mike Flanagan sold his soul to the
I
devil.
feel like
Yeah.
he's doing something else
Um,
too, isn't he? Doing? I feel like he's doing something else that we talked about, and I can't quite remember. My memory is
Probably
trash.
he's involved in like fucking everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like think about it. He's done Doctor Sleep, the fucking Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. He's done other
I think
things,
he's
too
doing
that I
another
can't think
Stephen
off
King book, right?
I think he is too.
Yeah.
I think he's working on another Stephen King project.
It's
I
not
forgot
the
what
Salem.
Doing It
It's
Wrong.
not the Salem's Lot thing that's coming out Halloween next year. That's someone else. I think that's James Wan.
That's the, yeah.
Yeah.
But
just to keep
yeah, there's a
our
lot.
facts in check, Blumhouse is not owned by Universal, but they have a 10-year production deal.
Oh, thank you, George.
Damn.
So
I mean, you can't be mad at Universal being your production.
No,
house.
No,
fuck
not
that.
at all.
That's awesome.
they're putting your
mean-
content into the hands of the fucking world.
I mean, Universal is pretty much the home of horror. You know, classic Universal monsters and stuff. So.
The Casa of Horror.
But it's true. I mean, they're the ones who gave us our biggie Universal monsters. So.
Yeah. So.
That is true.
Wish they would redo that whole universe and actually take.
Please
it to a
make
more
Javier-
scary, dark.
Please make Javier.
They
Bardem's
tried it and
Dracula.
failed, and they were like, "All right, just scrub it."
They didn't try it. They said we're gonna make the Mummy, but we're gonna make it an action.
But they
movie,
did
like
the
we still
Invisible
lived in
Man.
2009.
I wonder if the Ryan Gosling Invisible Man movie is going to tie into the Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, what, the werewolf movie?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I think
'Cause
you
Invisible
know,
Man was actually
because
really
I think
good.
the Invisible Man was like a soft test.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at what
to see if they could do R-rated, scary.
because you could
Esque.
because you could do that with a movie that doesn't look like it's going to branch into anything. Because look at what
Right.
look at what Split did for Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Unbreakable
and
wasn't
then-
going to have a
but-
sequel. It was.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
then
even
the
a
Mummy
sequel to
one, like-
Unbreakable. It's like
The
it
Mummy
becomes a
remake.
shared universe.
Yeah. The
You
Mummy
know?
remake was like hands-on, like they were making that movie to make sequels, and it showed in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Well, it also
Invisible
showed,
Man's
like,
kind of like its own thing, and you could spin off and do the other monsters with that in that universe.
But also, Del Toro was like, I'm out.
I just want.
I think he saw what their idea, and he was just like,
I just
No.
want a Guillermo del Toro directed Dracula movie with Javier Bardem as Dracula. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Holy
that's all.
shit!
That's what anyone needs.
That's-
I'm not
that's a
asking for
fucking-
that would
much
be
here.
fucking
I'm
sick.
not asking for much.
Here he is back on our show again.
Holy shit!
He always comes into our
Honestly, people are gonna
episodes.
start thinking it's scripted at this point, but it's really just fucking not.
We're actually backed by Del Toro, so
I wish.
sorry. We have to mention him a certain amount of times per episode to keep that funding rolling in.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's fucking jump into this fucking
are we
episode,
talking about?
man. We
Yeah.
got two new movies. Ironically, one of the movies is a sequel to a movie we discussed on our last episode ever 3 years ago, Candyman.
Right.
And then another little feature film that dropped on the streaming universe called Malignant that's taken the world by storm.
In a good or bad way, it's up to you, really.
Good way.
Good
I think
way.
in a good
Ah,
way.
me
I think
too.
everyone
Yeah.
really enjoyed Malignant,
Yeah.
just as well as everyone. Candyman is fantastic, and we'll get into that discussion. But I think what do you guys want to do first? You want to do
Let's
Malignant?
do Malignant.
Candyman?
Yeah.
Let's do Malignant.
Yeah.
Malignant.
All right,
Fucking
guys.
James Wan.
So if you haven't watched Malignant, we'll try to do a non-spoiler, discussion first, but then we'll kind of jump into it. The movie's been out for a while now. It's not even on HBO anymore because I think it's going on to they're going to start doing more They took it off the streaming to put it into theaters, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
true.
Mortal
I did not know that.
Kombat came back to HBO Max.
yeah.
So I think
I'm sure it will come back. It will come back.
I'm thinking what
on
they're
HBO
going to
Max.
do is they're going to release it and then take it off and then give it some time and then they put it back on the platform so people can enjoy
Exactly.
it. But
They were like, they wanted to do it dual, kind of like what Halloween Kills is doing with Peacock in
Right.
theaters, or it was released in both. And then,
Yeah.
I think it left the theaters, and then they had it on streaming service for a while. Then they took it out of
Right.
streaming, putting it back in theaters, and then
Yeah.
weird world we live in.
and I love
where
the
movies-
options, man. I love the options of
Me
being
too.
able to
Same
watch it at
here.
home. I love it. And
I think
think
that's what
what I-
got that movie some legs too. Was
Yeah.
that it was on streaming, so and word of mouth. Honestly,
Yeah.
word of mouth spread
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie.
it blew.
if
I think I was the first one to watch it, and I like blew up all the group chat. And I was like, "Yo, guys, you gotta fucking watch Malignant."
If Squid-
I was like immediately watching.
I was like, come on, it can't be that good.
if Squid Game was on cable TV, it wouldn't be as big as it is now. Like streaming,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
I feel
agree with
like
that.
That's true.
everything you really that gets hype that isn't a reality TV show or a live sporting event, anything like that is absorbed like either all at once or on a weekly basis, they have it's just better. It's
Yeah.
almost. I mean, it's to me, Netflix is just like HBO or Showtime or something like that. It's literally a station or a company that does their own shit, but also shows other things. And so
Yeah.
we've had that concept. It's just never been on demand until like now.
exactly.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
it had to.
this movie came out in
Yeah.
September of this last year.
Yep.
James Wan directed it, and he helped write it. But Ingrid Bisu was also a writer on this. I think that's his girlfriend or his wife.
Yeah, it's,
I think so.
Not that that's why she got the job, but I'm just saying, like, I think that,
I think she helped. I think she writes a lot of the. A lot of
I think she
stories
is
that
a
he
script
works on.
writer.
yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
It had a budget of about $40 million, and it grossed about $32
definitely
million.
shows.
It grossed about $32 million, so it didn't make back its money. But I'm wondering, like, it's almost like streaming services for music. How do you quantify streamed views into cash? I don't know how
Yeah,
that works.
I-
I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some royalty in the contract where like a certain amount of streams or whatever.
For every stream.
Yeah, they get some sort of
that's
revenue.
possibly very true.
And according
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's
to Metacritic,
What'd you say?
I was saying, according to Metacritic, it seems to be right down the fucking middle. It's about a 50. It's
Really?
a 51, which I would give it more.
51 on Metacritic. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd give it more.
I'd give it more.
Because I mean, even on IMDb, I think it has it sitting at a
6.3.
What, yeah, 6.3.
I'd give it more.
Dude, this
Yeah, I'd
movie.
definitely give it a little bit
this
more.
movie was fucking awesome.
It was great.
I think it was a nice, refreshing take from James Wan because I mean, as anyone who listens to the show, and plus you guys know, I'm not a fan of James Wan that much.
Right.
I typically
Yeah.
don't like his movies, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was refreshing, and I actually do kind of agree with the tagline for the movie, "A New Vision of Terror," because it was original in its weird body horror. I mean, it brought body horror and a paranormal feel to it that we've never really
A person
seen
on
before.
IMDb, literally, the title of his review was, "It's a murder mystery, 80s slasher, kung fu, science fiction, body horror, B-movie splatter comedy." And it is,
Love
and
it.
it is
That's actually
literally
everything it
It is
is.
literally all of those things. It's
Literally-
got so much to love in one thing. And and you know what? I looked up people's YouTube reviews of this movie to see if in my opinion, people really got the spirit of what the movie was supposed to be. And it's an ode to movies that you would, like VHS movies you would see on the rack at Blockbuster or at your local video store and be like,
Yeah.
what is this? I've never heard of it. And it's some scary movie that's really shitty, but it's full of camp. And camp, it can be an art form. It can be a way to guide your movie and make it just so out of this world ridiculous. And it really gets there because I would love for someone, the same person that says, I knew what was going to happen in Malignant, are the same people that say, my tattoos didn't hurt, but they have like 2 tattoos. And they're like, I fall
Yeah,
asleep
because
during
you
my
definitely
tattoos.
don't.
And it's like, fuck you, dude. You're not cool. Like,
I didn't have like my aha moment until right before it's almost revealed.
right.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, wait a minute, it's gonna be this, and then you're like,
Well,
holy
this is the
shit,
perfect
but-
example of a movie that, like, kind of they tease it, they point you in a direction, but also give you enough to pull you away from it at the same time. So it's
Right.
like, you're like, oh, I got this figured out, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, shit, no, I don't. What the fuck? Plot twist. And
I think
then,
that's where the originality is with that movie, because it is such like it's a paranormal movie and whatever, but it's like it plays on that on its audience and shit.
Yeah.
And then it gives you something unexpected at the end.
I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of people
I
on
mean-
YouTube try to, and that, like, they go, this movie fails at being scary. It fails at
Oh,
being able to
God,
be
yeah.
taken seriously. It
Oh,
fails
my
at so
God.
much. And all they really had to do was, I thought I was getting another Conjuring movie, and I didn't, and I'm mad. And it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and it's, that people don't understand. Now, this could be the marketing team's fault for really showing the movie being
I think
what
that
it
was
is.
I think that was part of its charm.
That's what the Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that movie. I
think
sat
the
down in the
trailer
theater
pulled
to
a fast
watch it,
one on
and
you.
that movie basically went, "Huh, got you, bitch," and it's like a whole different movie. And I think that's
Because that's
great.
how I felt when Mike was telling me about the movie.
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Did you see that trailer?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna go see this." And then
I said, get your ass on HBO.
he
and
said,
fucking watch the movie. It's,
Mike said body horror, and he knew that's the word that's gonna trigger me. And I'm
Yeah,
like, "All right, let's go."
All right, fine.
all I had to say was like, bro, body horror, and Patrick was like,
Oh, word.
sold, going to watch. Because how often do we actually get movies that actually have body horror?
No,
much
exactly.
Because this
lately.
movie gives you very grotesque body
dude,
horror.
it's intense.
And if you haven't watched it, you really need to. And I feel like we want to dive more into it. So, I mean, like, I think based on that little, hey, we danced around the title a little bit, gave
Yeah.
some.
Pause it, go watch the
it's
movie
worth
and come
to
back.
watch.
Now.
Yeah,
right now.
Pause the show, go watch Malignant, then come back.
Leave work.
3, 2, 1.
Holy shit.
Gabriel?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Cut out the cancer? What the fuck?
Dude,
Dog.
Dude,
Oh.
bro.
That scene where that
Holy
girl,
shit.
where the girl is when she's a little girl and she's giving she's talking about how she like feels and whatever, and then the camera does a slow turn and all you see is this fucking nasty looking fucking Kuato Total
fuck,
Recall
bro?
thing on her back.
it's a
And you're just
parasite
like,
twin.
what in the fuck is that? Because
Bro,
like,
that was so beautiful though. The way they like just slowly panned around, just like single shot, just completely just went
It's just-
around, and then all of a sudden it just reveals, and you're like, holy shit! I was
and it looks
so
practical.
excited.
It looks practical.
No. So, hold on. Before we even get into that, the movie starts. We're in a fucking weird lab or psychiatric ward type of thing, and all you hear is the alarm go off. It's getting out, and then people are just being slammed,
Yeah.
and blood is everywhere,
lights
and
are
you're just
flickering.
like, what the fuck is going on?
The prison scene
and
needs
then
to
you
be
see
discussed
the,
in
then
its
you see
own.
the Converse.
The prison scene needs to be discussed on its own a little bit later because it's just such a fucking awesome, fun scene from start to finish. But I saw a couple people make some guesses, maybe. I don't know if this is 100% true because, I mean, I haven't heard from James Wan himself, so I'm not going to assume. But do you know in the scene where, because what happens is, how do we explain it? Well, she has an abusive boyfriend, or just
Yeah.
a total shit.
Yes.
And you know what?
He's a shithead.
His character is so mean to the max that's
Yeah.
that's a part of the camp. That he is
Yeah.
so unbelievably mean, where he like blames her for the miscarriages she has, and then he fucking pushes her head into the wall and then makes a hole in
Yeah.
the wall. And
And that's kind of how all of a sudden things start happening.
things start happening.
Well, after that.
But when someone said, you know, watching this again, when she goes and stares at the crack in the wall where the head was hit, they say the shadow looks a little bit different than her. It looks a little bit more disfigured. And they're saying that the shadow represents Gabriel coming to life or coming back from coming to consciousness. So
I gotta
that's an
rewatch it.
interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, so like the clues were there in a weird way to kind of guide you into what is going to happen, but in such a way that's so subtle that you won't get unless you view it a second time.
Well, that
Which-
kind of makes sense, because like the way I see it, so like you could say that Gabriel like basically like symbolizes trauma, right? kind of
Right.
sits in the back of your head. Like it's one of those things that just like always keeps with you. Trauma could cause you to like completely cut things out of memory, so that's why she doesn't remember her childhood. And when she got hit in the head like that, it kind of brought it back. So it brought Gabriel back to life. That like childhood trauma and all this other nonsense that like she deals with, and it's kind of like if you look at the whole movie, she's struggling with family. She's struggling with.
Well, she was adopted.
Yeah, she was
Right.
adopted. She was in an abusive relationship. So a lot of those things like kind of build up. And eventually, like, you kind of hit that breaking point, and I think, like, her getting slammed against the wall was that breaking point.
Oh, that's definitely what it makes you believe. And that's why I think Malignant does really well in the first half of the movie. It sets up this weird, supernatural-esque beginning where you're like, what the fuck kind of movie am I watching? Then you cut to this, this couple. You can tell off the right off the bat that there's some weird, abusive, type of relationship going on between the interactions between her and the husband or boyfriend. And then once that fight scene happens and he throws her against the wall and, it cracks her skull open, that's when all the weird things start happening.
Right.
It's like, okay, weird. What's going on here? And I think the thing I love the most about Malignant, until you finally get that aha moment, like, oh shit, this is what's actually going on, is that you actually think there's another person.
Right.
That's doing all of this.
Right. And you know what kind of bothered me? I saw on a YouTube review, this guy was talking about, the scientist in the beginning who ends up getting stabbed in the bed.
Yeah.
Well, the guy in the review was like, well, this is just some no-name character. Why should we care? And I'm like, he's not a no-name character. He's like part of the whole reason this is all happening. Like,
it's the doctor.
yeah, he's one of the doctors. Like, he's a part of like, who tried to, amputate Gabriel off of, her and whatnot, because that's what she is. She's a some sort of living parasitic tumor of a fetus that is living conjoined on the back of her head. So they share a brain.
Yep.
They share a brain. Yeah. And that's a funny thing too that someone else pointed out that I had to write down because I was like, I want to get the guy's opinion on this. When Gabriel calls Kakoa, or whatever the name is of that character, when Gabriel calls on the phone, when Madison's being questioned.
Oh, the hot freaking detective.
Yeah, Gabriel says she didn't even know I was in her own attic. And a lot, and you think to yourself that the attic where she had the person up on the wall, like as a prisoner, not the attic in her house, but the attic in her body,
in her head.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I probably should have rewatched this before.
Well, I'm getting this from other people. It's not me thinking this, but I do read this, and I'm like, that kind of makes sense in a weird way.
It does.
I'm not saying it's deep or anything. I'm just saying like that's another. If you know what you're looking for,
it plays off
sense.
of what George was saying. Like, it's kind of the house in itself is kind of a metaphor of the body. Of the movie and her physical like mind and shit.
That shot where it's overhead and it's like in the ceiling and we're watching her from the top view run up from the bottom stairs to the top stairs.
Right.
Dude, that was a cool shot.
Could kind of be the inside of the house could be construed, and the walls and the shape and the paths could be construed as her mind in a way.
Yeah.
No, and that makes sense because like looking at the outside of the house, it kind of looks small, and then you go inside the house and the walls are really long.
Right.
The house looks a lot bigger than it actually is shown when
Appears
it's
to
outside.
be in the outside.
And that could be like a representation of mentality and whatnot, because a lot of people were like, the house is so small, but outside, but inside it's fucking huge. What's up with that? And I'm not saying, oh, let's give James Wan credit for being deep, but
no, he definitely was.
If he did it on,
but maybe
I can't say he did it on accident, because he did this movie on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should give the real credit goes to what's her name?
Oh, the writer.
Ingrid?
Ingrid Bisu, because she's the one who I think really did write a lot of this. Because when you look at interviews of people talking about Malignant, she's the one being interviewed, Ingrid. So I think James Wan probably helped in writing this, but I think this is actually one of her original.
There was another
stories.
one.
I think
Akilah
she
Cooper.
write movies?
Huh?
There was another
Didn't she
one.
write other movies?
Yeah, she had.
Yeah.
she's a well-known writer. She's written The Nun. She's worked on a lot of the movies that he's done.
She's from Germany,
so
I
she's
think.
done The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Malignant, The Nun, and some other movie that I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, no, she's known.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think she's from Germany too.
Ooh, cool.
Hell yeah.
Can we talk about the prison scene, the jail prison scene, please?
Well, before
when the body horror becomes real,
When it turns into the fucking
real fucking quick,
when it turns into David Cronenberg Matrix.
literally.
Like, what the fuck, man? That
So
is when
I feel
shit.
like-
That's when fucking Vin Diesel shot the nos, bro. Like, holy shit.
No, that movie, like at that scene, like when the all the women that are in the holding cell with her are talking shit to her, and they start kicking her ass and everything, and all of a sudden that other personality, Gabriel, kicks in and just fucking starts wrecking them. And I think the funniest thing about it's all backwards,
Right.
So like,
Yeah,
it's
the
just
body
even
moving
funnier.
backwards is insane to me.
So you would think it would like come off as like really goofy,
Right.
In
No,
some scenes it does. In
Oh,
some
it
scenes
does,
It's very
yeah.
campy, but in this scene it's just like fucking straight. Like this is
Dude,
terrifying.
it is.
Could you imagine being locked in a goddamn cell and some crazy mother is just coming at you backwards? And
Yeah.
just
Not even coming at
slicing
you
and dicing?
sideways, dog. Coming at you
With
backwards.
a trophy turned into
Backwards.
a sword. Like, it's just,
yeah,
like, I don't have that in Diablo 2. I don't got that sword.
dude.
I wish I did. That thing is tight.
And when Gabriel throws the chair,
Oh,
like
that scene is pure gold.
He-
Because it's just so out of left field that a fucking chair, WWE, just fucking chair to the dome out of nowhere.
My
And
God,
you know
my
what's-
God, my God. Steel chair.
I feel like you could have that commentary on it and it would work.
My God,
perfectly.
somebody stop the damn match. No,
this
do that?
You know
this
what?
movie's camp does remind me a lot of like Evil Dead camp.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of
Yeah,
Return of the Living Dead too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that too.
Yeah, it's like if you don't like Return of the Living Dead, then you don't like camp. And like
exactly, because Return of the Living Dead definitely delivers camp.
nobody I know
straight to
liked
you.
this movie except me and y'all. But that was like when I got out of The Witch. Nobody liked it but me, and I went with like 8
yeah.
people, and none of
I
them
went-
liked it except me.
No one. I remember when The Witch first came out. I went and saw it by myself, and there was 3 other people in the theater because it was such a big the first theatrical, the limited theatrical release was so poorly received. But I was like, this movie's fantastic.
Bro,
Yeah.
that was me during Tusk.
Bro, Tusk
Fuck
is a great
you.
fucking movie.
Fuck you and that goddamn movie.
That's a special kind of fucking movie, I tell you.
I
what.
do love the actor though who plays the old man in Tusk that turns him into the walrus. I do love that
Yeah,
actor.
R.I.P.
Garden
dude.
full
He's
walrus.
in a movie called Red State, which is another Kevin
Yep.
Smith
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that movie's
I
fucking wild.
love that movie. I mean, I'm a
love
John
Red State.
Goodman stan through and through.
100%.
Yeah.
I think he's a really pure human being like Tom Hanks. I just think he's a great fucking person. And so many
yeah.
of it. I mean, I grew up watching his movies. He's so fucking
Dude,
fantastic.
10 Cloverfield Lane, dude.
So good.
Oh my god, he kills
so
it in
good.
that movie.
Raising Arizona.
but-
I mean, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? God, I mean,
What-
so many good movies.
So one of the things that I've liked in the movie that I want to do when I move to San Francisco, because it's just a short drive, is go do the Seattle Underground
Yeah, it's a real thing.
tour. Because it's a real fucking
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's so cool. Like,
I'll come do it with you. I've always
under
wanted
the
to
city,
go to
it's just
Seattle.
another fucking city.
I've always wanted to go to Seattle, so like I'll fly to Seattle and meet you, and we'll do it together.
Do it. We'll hang out. We'll
That just
we'll
gives
get
me a
real
reason to go,
weird.
baby. That's all I need is a reason.
I went a couple months ago when I went to Portland.
Oh, you went to Portland? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there too.
Me too.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I
It
feel
was super fun.
I love the Southwest.
Seattle kind of sucked.
I love the Southwest of
That is-
America, like Arizona, Colorado, and like New Mexico. I love it so much, but I feel like I would love the Northwest even more.
Dude, that
I've
Pacific
been-
Northwest is like beautiful.
I've been
wanna
to
go.
Santa
Yeah, no,
Cruz,
Dylan,
and that's the
Dylan, I
furthest
completely
northwest I've
see you
been.
there.
Oh yeah, it's raining all the time. It's cold and dreary.
Yeah, we
Total Twin
we went
Peaks
to go
vibes.
see,
Like I would thrive for sure. And I mean,
We
I
went to
live
go
in
see
Florida.
Kurt
It's like
Cobain's-
so weird. The
I went to go
Sunshine
see
State.
Kurt Cobain's mansion. That
Oh,
was
word?
tight. Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
Did it smell like Teen Spirit?
God damn it!
We were driving. We drove past it.
God damn it! I did not see that coming. It's the Malignant of jokes right there. It was so good. Now I do have some problems with the movie. I mean, the first half is kind of messy, but it's like it's a little bit messy. But it's like it's not a movie you're taking it seriously as far as entertainment factor. But you're not taking it seriously as it being like trying to be a scary horror movie. I think
that's why it has good rewatchability.
And I don't like that that Pixie song keeps repeating.
Yeah.
Because it makes it feel like a fucking TV show.
It does.
Yeah,
it feels like a CW show.
Yeah, it's like how every CW show ends with like some non-copywritten version of the Pixies is fucking playing.
That was definitely James Wan's doing.
I liked when they brought the hypnosis or the not the hypnosis. She's a fucking
puts her to sleep
therapist who does hypnotherapy, and they make her go back in time to kind of recount her steps. When shit starts popping off, and the look at that fucking therapist, she's like, "What the fuck have I done?" Because it was just like it went so 0 to 100 in 2 seconds with all the fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, because once you go into her mind, it's 0 to 60.
Gabriel starts coming over, taking over, and I thought that was a fun way towards the end, where they brought back that like mental
kind of flip it.
Where like she, Madison has control over her mind and locks Gabriel in her mind, versus throughout the entire movie where people are getting murked. You find out that throughout the movie she's losing time, forgets where she's at, things like that. You're kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Is this related to the head injury? Because at that point, you really don't know that Gabriel is a part of her. You just think she's an unknown, person killing people. So I really like that ending of where you have her in her head. She traps Gabriel in her mind. He is now seeing what she wants him to see, which is pulling the trigger on her sister. But then he notices that like he's actually trapped in, and it really does set it up for another sequel. A sequel. It does,
which would be fun.
I think also that
would be fun.
I think that's why they put it back in theaters to see how much money it actually could make.
Yeah, because I could see a sequel coming where
Gabriel
escape, and it doesn't need one because I think a sequel would ruin it. Because you think about the storyline. Oh, he escapes her mind, her mental.
But in
prison.
the spirit of campy movies, doesn't this movie need like 8 sequels?
It needs,
I would be upset with a sequel. I think it ended perfectly, where it took her confronting her issues instead of running away from them, and really like pinning them down and saying like, I am not going to let you control and beat me anymore, and I am the strong one here. And she was just like, enough of this shit, and she fucking put it to bed. True. And I think it should stay in bed, and I think that's where it should end. She
should definitely keep going to therapy. That's definitely the key thing.
Yes.
I just want to know. Here's the pitch I just thought of to transition from Malignant 7 to Malignant 8. Malignant 7.
We're already 6 movies
Malignant
deep
7
at this point.
ends in a cryogenic lab.
I love Jason X.
Where people are frozen, and to save the ones that she loves from Gabriel killing anybody, she throws her body into a cryo tank and freezes herself so Gabriel can't get out. She is then thawed out on a spaceship in the year 3025.
Oh,
we get Gabriel in space. Now tell me that's not great. I haven't smoked weed.
In the 15th Alien movie.
I haven't smoked weed in like 2 hours, so I'm pretty fresh right now. This is not high Dylan telling the story. This is sober, conscious Dylan, like responsible Dylan thought of this, and it's like, hey, if you want to take this concept, go for it. It's
go for it.
You got to make Malignants 2 through 6.
It could work.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know how you get from from 2 to 7. I don't know what happens in between.
A lot of shit.
7 to 8 sounds fucking
James,
sick.
Ingrid, come talk
A
to me.
little bit of Jason X, a little bit of Alien.
Gabriel goes to Manhattan.
Did y'all notice? Did you notice that in the jail scene when she's in the holding cell, the white woman that beats her up is the Australian actress from Death Proof?
Yeah.
No, I did not
Yeah.
know that. But then again, I am horrible at remembering actors.
And then there's the black actress who's dressed like a 70s character, and the Australian actress is dressed like an 80s character. So I feel like everyone's like, I don't know why they're dressed like this. This doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's like, it's probably an ode to 70s and 80s fashion in campy, shitty horror movies.
So Gabriel can time travel.
Who's time traveling?
Excuse me? What, George?
Who be time traveling?
Gabriel.
He's talking about the homage to 70s, 80s fashion within bad, fucking horror movies. You're over here talking about time
I'm
travel.
just trying to fill in the plots between fucking.
I mean,
that's
shit.
That's all right.
What do you do after space? You go back in time.
Yeah, which Malignant movie will Gabriel go back in time?
Definitely 4.
Malignant 11. That's 11. No, it's got to be 11.
Okay,
Because then it goes back to 4.
Yeah, for real. But I wouldn't mind another one because you know why? Because they have to top this one.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I want to see
That's
what
a
they
hard
do.
one to
Good
do.
luck.
Yeah, that would be wild. I feel like you couldn't get James Wan to do it though.
Maybe not. Maybe he was like. Maybe he got too
I don't
much
think.
hate for it, and he's
I don't
like,
think
"Fuck
he
this."
could. I don't think he could do it. Definitely have Ingrid come in and write, but have another director come in and film and help write a storyline. I think you could talk.
You know who would do a good job?
It'd be weird.
You know who would do a good Malignant too? James Gunn.
Yeah, James
Yes.
Gunn
Like
would
a
be great.
like a trauma
100%.
style like Malignant movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, with the way he
that'd be
films,
fucking
like, and
sick.
portrays things, like, visually, it'd be insane.
Be wild, bro, for real.
All of a sudden, there's just a shark character, King Shark, and goes, no.
I wish.
Han.
I fucking wish, bro. But no, yeah, I thought this movie was good. I think we all agree it was good.
I did too. I think I like I said, I had to convince Patrick a little bit because he was like, I watched the trailer. This movie looks like trash. And that was the normal consensus on the internet. Everyone was like, oh my God, the trailer's spoilers. I've already seen, like, I feel like I've seen the whole movie.
You haven't.
Everyone watched it and was like, yo, what the fuck? This thing
Right.
threw you for a complete curve spin and then fucking gave us a weird body horror paranormal movie.
Dude, it's one of those movies.
When was the last time a horror movie did that to you? You know?
Well, and Shyamalan does it all the time.
But M. Night Shyamalan's a hit or miss sometimes,
Dude,
man.
did you guys see Old?
No.
I have not seen Old yet.
It's so fucking bad.
Of course.
Is it so bad we should talk about it?
Is a hit or a miss.
M. Night's back on his bullshit, dude.
We should talk
He's got
about The
another movie
Happening
coming out.
and Old.
No.
Why not?
Yes, please. No, let's do it.
Do it for the content, Mike. Come
I
on.
refuse to be
Fuck.
on an M. Night Shyamalan episode unless we're talking about Signs or his freaking show on Apple TV.
Look, if you want,
We
is
do
that
an episode
good?
on Signs
His
already?
Servant is fucking crazy.
Yeah, Grant. My
We didn't
buddy
do Signs
Grant
yet,
said it was
did we?
crazy too. So
He has another film that's slotted for like 2022 or 23 called Knock at the Cabin.
okay,
Some shit like that.
Okay.
So, it just got announced today.
cool.
But yeah, I think if you haven't seen *Malignant* and you decided to say fuck
Malignant.
going to watch it and you wanted to just listen to us ramble about it and give spoilers, I think it's a fun watch. Especially within the spooky season. It's different. It's a little bit refreshing. It's campy. It's body horror. It's very gory.
Action scenes
all the
are
things that I love.
The action scene is better than a lot of action scenes I've seen lately.
Yes.
You know, camera work is great, and I mean, Metacritic gave it a 51. I would give it probably a 70, 71. Like kind of what I gave Evil Dead.
70.
Yeah, kind of like 71-ish, 72-ish.
Because it does do a good job of also giving the backstory.
Right.
Like when they plug in the different things where they watch the videotapes and you're starting to see, the little weird things that she did as a kid, and then it goes back when she does like the hypnotherapy and she remembers trying to actually kill her new sister and all. Like it does so many cool things that aren't annoying or like you're like, oh, why is this in the movie? It does a good job of being a standalone film, give you this really giant overarching story, give you the back references that you need to make some connections, and then give you such a reveal that you're not prepared for that it makes it fun to watch.
Definitely.
It's great. It's honestly great.
But anything else before we move on? Anyone say?
No,
Watch it.
watch it. Sure.
Watch
and
it.
Rich it.
Yeah, don't listen to other people. Form your own fucking opinion.
Except
People
for
are
us,
usually-
because our opinions
People are
right.
usually wrong anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah. Exactly. Then let's move on to the next film of the night, which is something that Patrick's been wanting to talk about every fucking week since.
No, we've gone kind of long. We're cutting it.
No, that's right. That's it. Sorry, guys. That's the end of the show.
Goodbye.
Patrick.
Yeah, we did promise that we were going to talk about it at some point.
We did promise, and
Yeah.
so we're going to talk about it, and that is the 2021 release, Candyman, a sequel to the original horror film Candyman that was released in 1992. Written by Jordan Peele, Win Rosenfield, and the one and true Nia DaCosta, who is making a fucking name for herself.
Yes.
In the filmography world, and for this being her first horror movie,
Kudos
Jesus
to you.
Christ, man.
Clive Barker actually had a hand in some of the writing too.
Really?
Oh,
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome because
Fuck
he's
yeah.
the one who he did the original
He did the
movie.
The original story.
Yep.
Original
Nia
story.
DaCosta, directed, helped write it, and this is the first movie to go #1 directed by a black woman.
That's
And
amazing.
it's amazing. So
This movie deserves.
So we'll be seeing a lot.
everything.
We'll be seeing a lot more of that. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of that.
Yeah. I love that it got nominated for the most anticipated film of for the rest of 2021.
Right.
And then she recently watched one at Palm Springs International Film Festival. She won the award for directors to watch. So it was associated with Candyman, so that's why it's labeled as awards under the film, because that's the films that were shown to win these things. But I agree with that. She is someone that needs to be watched for, because I think the next thing she's going to do is just going to blow everyone.
And I'm just going to make this.
Hopefully,
I'm going to make this quick suggestion.
hopefully another horror movie.
Well, that'd be great. I think she's doing. I think I heard someone say that her next project is a Marvel project.
Ooh.
It is. She's doing the Marvels.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's doing the Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and she's working on a TV show
right.
called The Lincoln Conspiracy.
Okay. Could be cool. But I do want to say, this podcast, mainly white, minus George.
We're 50-50.
Yeah. And 50-50, yeah. And I found a couple of reviews on YouTube. One done by the YouTube channel called Pay or Wait, and another one called The Struggle Reviews. And they are done by Sharonda Williams, and I didn't get her last name, but her name is Tara. And it's two black women who run movie review sites, or run movie review YouTubes. One gave it, 50-50 kind of. They had their gripes and their other thing, and Tara did not like the movie at all.
Wow.
So if you want if you want to see what this movie's about, or what people think of it, maybe from like a more like a black perspective, then this is what
People
I
of
would
color.
do. I would go look up Pay or Wait and The Struggle Reviews and see what they have to say. Kind of get a different perspective.
Definitely. And then there was also someone that Patrick and I watch. He has a channel. I'm sure he has a YouTube channel and on TikTok where it's I Am Travis Case.
Right.
And he does 2 episodes on on the Candyman. One, he talks about the real Candyman, because this is based on like a real story, and then another one where he talks about the film. So definitely watch those mediums and consume their
Point of view.
Content.
their content and take their perspectives from it, because of course it's important to hear what they have to say about the film versus what we're going to say about
Right.
it.
Right.
Can I just say
Which we're not going to we're not going to discuss those kind of topics.
Right.
Since it's not the kind of show we are. There is a lot of social commentary within Candyman, and it's there for a reason, and it's important that it's there. So if you haven't seen Candyman, watch it.
Right.
It's important to support these writers and these directors, because they're finally getting a chance to zero in their skills and their set. And just look at Jordan Peele. He has made 2 of the best horror movies.
Yeah, and
that
produced
came
this
out in
one.
a long time. So I think you should take these movies. You shouldn't take these movies with a grain of salt. They know what they're doing.
I don't mind that my horror movies have a bit of current world political conflict in it. And
Some of
things
those
like
are
that.
the
I don't
best
mind
horror
that.
movies.
You
that do
could
that.
say all horror movies do from the very beginning. They
Yeah.
all underlying
exactly.
spoke
Well-
to the time that they came from.
Well,
You either have-
Sharonda from Pay or Wait made a good point, and I wanted to share this. She pointed out how in the first movie it was filmed really with a white perspective, and it had a white. It really pushed the white savior complex. That the white 100%. Woman's going to come into the Cabrini Green into the ghetto and fucking save everybody. And,
and it's also because it was written by two white guys.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's bad. I still think the movie's good, but that just
it is.
I'm just pointing out it is what it is. And Candyman killed other black people, really.
Yeah.
And Sharonda
he did in this movie too.
Sharonda goes, well, it's white people who tortured him. Why wouldn't he kill white people? And mostly, if not all of them, he kills in the movie are white. So to me, it's not a race thing. It just, for the story, it makes sense.
Yeah,
you know, like white people were the cause of Candyman's, ultimate demise and pretty much made him who he is. So it would make sense that white people are the ones that he's going after. And I don't think that's woke PC bullshit. And that's coming from me. A person who does not define himself as politically correct whatsoever, but and I told you this the other day in the group chat. I was like, I don't consider myself a PC guy, and I'll say just about anything, but I would never say anything racist or sexist or homophobic or anything that would demean another person based off of something they never chose in the first place, which is their sexual orientation and their skin color. I'll never fucking do that. No.
Which is why we're not doing VHS.
Which is why we're not doing VHS.
Listening to this episode and get VHS, and unfortunately, guys,
Mike explained it.
We're going to talk about those movies. I explained it on a post. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but pretty much the guy who wrote it's just a giant piece of shit, in my opinion. I don't know if he's ever been blasted for it. I tried to look.
I couldn't find
Twitter
anything.
Field and see if anyone's talked about it, but Brad Miska.
Did he write it? Did he write it by himself?
He wrote it with some other people, but he works over at Bloody Disgusting.
Oh, he does.
It's
a whole thing.
Apparently it's fun to be a white director or writer and
who writes the N-word
racial slurs because
not comfortable with that,
because apparently it helps your story, and plus you make a very rapey film. So
moving on. I mean, I get it. It's meant to be that way, kind of like grisly and just grimy and like piece of shit people. I get it, but you could convey that another way. There's so many other words in the dictionary that you could use.
So many other ways to do that.
Webster's got you covered, my man, on just about any word you want to use that isn't that one. I mean, and again, I don't think that's woke PC bullshit. I think that's just like, I don't like that. Not every director and writer is going to make the right choice. It's just not, And maybe, I mean, I don't know what his stance is on it now. Maybe he kind of regrets it, and it's like, well, you can't do anything about it now because it's in, the stratosphere of everything. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't asked him. I don't know, but I don't like it. And I think Mike, you pointing that out, I didn't even think of it. I haven't seen that movie in so long, I have no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people who wrote back to us were like, I literally went to watch this movie again recently because you guys were going to be talking about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I did not remember these things, and I guess it's just selective memory where, you got to think about it. The movie came out in 2012.
Yeah, it's
different.
10 years ago.
So it's been a very long time since probably any one of us have watched it. And plus, we were very young at that time and probably didn't
think about it. We didn't think twice about it.
In a different way, didn't think about it in any other way. But now that we're older and we've grown a lot more, we know, like, hey, fuck that kind of shit. That's not cool.
Yeah, and Mike, I think you've explained it. You posted it. I don't want to
post if you want to read more about it.
Let's talk about Yahya Abdul, who played the main character, and Anthony and
good acting.
I'm holding my hands over my heart because I love Yahya Abdul.
Bro, what a fucking performance, dude.
He's so good, and I did not write the supporting actress's name down, but she was great too.
Tiana Paris.
Right, and then who... I wrote down another actor who really did a good job. Coleman Domingo, who played the guy who ran the laundromat. Was it the laundromat?
Yeah, the laundromat. The one who actually sets up everything to really.
He was great.
Full circle.
He was great, and he's been in the new Twilight Zone reboot with Jordan Peele, so that makes sense. He was in Fear the Walking Dead. He was in that movie Zola. That I don't know if you guys heard of. It's kind of like a party girl movie type thing. It looks like. Ooh. It's based off of like this girl's tweets, Apparently her tweets are so outrageous but true. They made a movie fucking about it or something. I don't know. It looks cool. I did want to see it. But I did see here that Lakeith Stanfield was in line for that role. He was actually going to...
Really?
Lakeith Stanfield, who I also absolutely love. Love him in Atlanta. Sorry to Bother You. So many good things. He was one of the very, very few good things about the Death Note movie, for sure. Lakeith Stanfield and Willem Dafoe. That's it.
Yeah, that was the only two good things.
Really. But he turned it down so he could do Judas and the Black Messiah. And he was nominated.
Which is also another good
And
film.
he was nominated for an Oscar for Judas. And I do need to see that movie. I know it's on HBO Max, but
good movie.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And who played the mother in the movie of Candyman?
Yeah.
She was in the original movie. She was really good.
Oh, and
Yeah,
remember when she got attacked with the meat cleaver in the first movie?
Yeah.
Where she was attacked on her left shoulder, there's a scar.
I saw that.
There's a scar
Continuity.
from the meat cleaver from the first movie. So she that attention to details, I do love to see it. And they filmed it in the original filming locations. It's just all the high-rise buildings have been demolished, so it doesn't really look the same, but it is.
Yeah, which is a play on the major understoryline of gentrification.
Right.
And that's
Talk about
series.
how I'm
But,
mad that I didn't rewatch the first one, even though I've seen it like a million times, but like I haven't seen it in like
You
a
kinda
year or
don't
two.
need to.
You don't need to, but like when you
don't.
find
It does
out
help.
that Anthony McCoy is the actual baby from the first one, I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like,
That
oh fuck.
was
Oh.
so fucking cool when they
Dude,
started,
when they revealed it, I was in the theaters on the edge of my seat. I'm like, fuck yes.
One of the things I
What
really
a great
liked,
tie-in to everything.
What I loved that she did, Nia brought into this movie was the puppetry.
The puppet scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was
cool.
so
Great
fucking
way
cool.
to explain. Great way to show exposition, man. Like it's so good.
And that's right there is where you don't need to really watch the first Candyman in order
Right.
to really know what's
It
going on.
was very Tim
in this movie,
Burton.
because
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, very
'cause,
Tim Burton-esque.
Issa has never seen the first Candyman, and when we rented the movie to finally watch it, because we didn't watch it in theaters, we watched it at home. I was like, "Oh man, do you want to watch the first one?" And I think I wrote Patrick, and I was like, do you need to watch the first one to make this make sense? Because I know it's a direct sequel of the original film." And he's like, "No, it will explain it." So,
Yeah.
having
As long as
having
you're paying
watched it-
attention.
having her watched it, she was like, "Oh, I get the storyline. I get what this is happening."
Right.
And even then, when they reveal that he was the child from the original movie,
Which
she
was
was
great.
like, "Fuck."
Which was a great way to tie it in my opinion. I thought.
But
it
I
was
like
great.
it too because they expanded the lore of Candyman too.
Right.
Like at the very beginning, like in the first one, like we only got that like singular story, but like it's like we come to find out that like this has been going on for generations and generations and generations, which,
There's been many of because Candyman is technically just a thing,
Right.
It's an urban legend.
It's
a representation
And,
for.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
go ahead.
And now with this one, it has a new story, it has new origins.
new story. I love how Anthony McCoy, the main character of the story, is an artist. His girlfriend is a curator for a major art art
Which
house.
just reflects
in
on
Chicago.
the Candyman's original origins. He was an artist too.
I love the brother. The
Oh,
the
yeah, her
brother
brother,
is
yeah.
so fucking funny, man. I love him
Have you
so
guys
much.
have you guys ever seen the Misfits?
No.
The band?
He's in
I
it.
know what it is, but I've never seen the show.
Great
The
band.
band, The Misfits? Have I seen them? Or
No,
No,
there's
it's
a
a
show
TV
called
show.
The Misfits.
Oh, is that like
It's
a
like-
thing where like they're all in prison or something, and it's like it's
Or
yeah,
juvie, yeah.
Prison Break.
No, it's no.
It's got one of the McPoyle brothers in
No,
it.
It's
from,
community. They're in a community service, and they all get powers. It's like Skins if Skins had powers.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
But the powers
I
are
just-
funny. You guys should watch it. It actually is really funny. And he's in
Is it meant to be funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that, the original Candyman was an artist, and they made Anthony McCoy character an artist, and the mediums he starts to use, like the show that he his piece was in was so cool, like where it has like the very descriptive piece about what his actual mirror piece is about.
Yeah.
And then when you open up the medicine cabinet, it's more deeper and it has a bunch of different things in it. But the mirror is there to entice you to say his name.
Yeah.
Which is
again
cool.
just plays on with the original shit too.
Because that's what people do. People try to make art installations as interactive as possible. I mean, like, you see all.
It became interactive.
Oh, it sure was, buddy.
Like in St. Pete, like at the Dali Museum, they're always doing like interactive art exhibits and stuff. And I think and more people are trying to make art more interactive.
Speaking of, I'm going to a Van Gogh one in December.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go to the Van Gogh one? Yeah, we were planning on going.
I want to go to
Apparently
that. Yeah,
it's
it
really
looks cool.
We should go.
It looks cool. But that scene, if we're going to talk about the art studio, the death scene in that part is great.
If I have any
Fucking
criticism, is the
thing.
acting in that scene.
Well, it's.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
I think
It is, but it's bad.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny too. But something I found out that I did not know. The part where he gets up and he's like, must go faster. That's, and someone said, and I don't know if this is true because I haven't asked Jordan Peele or anything, but they said that's an ode to Ian Malcolm's character, Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. He's even wearing the same outfit that Jeff Goldblum wears
when they're
in Jurassic
really
Park. So
is.
when he goes, must go faster. That's what
faster.
Jeff Goldblum says.
It's
when
the scene where they're driving away and the T-Rex is chasing them.
It could be an ode. It could
Whether
not
it's
be.
true or not, I'm going to believe in my mind that it is.
Right, for real.
I 100%. I actually like that, and I want that to be a thing.
I mean, I didn't really care for that. A lot of the kills were off screen. You know,
No,
I'm sure there's a reason for that. Because
I think they wanted to conceal it all for the end.
I don't want to get into it because I know what's going into. It's
Go ahead.
a lot of the kills are off scene for a more. I think it's going to go a more of a approach of so many individuals' deaths have been videoed and posted on the internet for people to visualize and see and consume people dying. That it is a way to say you don't need to see this person be killed to know they've been killed type of
Nuance.
thing. I could be
the nuance.
I feel like that would
the nuance
would
almost
play
makes it more
into the
effective.
overall theme.
no, exactly. It's a horror movie that doesn't show you the graphic parts of it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Which is kind of
Because
cool.
You know it's there. Do I
No,
love
and
gore?
also
Do I love
the other
those
elements
scenes?
of the movie shine because of that.
yeah,
Exactly. I love the fact like that fucking girl, the intern, fucking like belt hooks him.
Yeah.
So
Right.
which
Yeah.
completely fucks him up because he's unable to get
It
away.
was
because
hot,
he's gotta
and
spend
then it
20
was
minutes
his
trying to
downfall.
fucking goddamn fucking goth girl fucking clipping my belt with her shit.
The fucking
That's
chain
how I'm
wallet
gonna die.
stuck to her chain wallet. Death by chain
Her
wallet.
fucking chain wallet.
My cold chamber,
Jesus.
my cold chamber Velcro chain wallet.
Yeah.
I knew it
All
would
right,
be my
so-
demise. I knew it.
Bro, Patrick rocked the chain wallet, bro.
Dude, chain wallets.
pants.
Dude, I've seen chain wallets kind of making a comeback.
We need to stop that right
won't.
I
now.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm getting a Slipknot Velcro chain wallet on Amazon right now.
Fuck.
Hell yeah, dog.
Me at 14, dude.
Me at 14. It's gonna be me at 32. You watch. How do you do, fellow kids? You like my Jinkos and my soaps? Like, what was y'all's favorite kill? Because I think mine would be the woman in the apartment, where it kind of zooms out
Yeah.
and the woman just gets her fucking ass beat against
Dude,
the
what a
fucking
shot,
wall.
Just
Oh, yeah,
dragged,
that was fucking
Very
dragged
cool.
across the glass, like as the camera's panning
I
away.
think mine has to be the bathroom scene of the school.
Yeah.
Mainly because I love the fact that the one girl hiding in the bathroom just has a bad brains patch on her backpack. I was like, she knows what's up.
It's the PMA that
But I
saved
thought
her.
that scene was just
It was the PMA that saved her.
100%. I think that I really loved that that scene because I thought it was really well done because like she's just in the fucking the stall and all of a sudden all these girls are screaming. There's blood everywhere and she can see the boot, but which is weird to me because I think that starts playing on the fact that it's Anthony more or less than this supernatural being because why is she seeing it? Because she's never said his name. Because you should only be able to see him when you say his name.
but
I think that kind of plays on the whole fact that there's this person out there killing these people, not this supernatural thing.
I think he wanted her to see it. I think he wanted her to see him.
Yeah,
You know, I think that's what he.
but
Was
also
he aware
they
of his
didn't
power
do
at that point then?
Well, I don't
thing.
think that was. I don't think that was him. I think that was Tony Todd because his hand wasn't removed yet, so he didn't have
Right.
the hook.
It's true.
And that was another thing
true.
too. When the hand, the very first scene of showing the hand, like when it showed the bee sting, I knew what was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen. So spoilers, if you haven't seen it, spoilers. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. 3,
Oh God! If
2, 1.
they've been spoilers this entire time.
Oh, have we? Well,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
me trying not to spoil it, but whatever. Well,
You want to know what I liked about the makeup? It was that eventually towards the end, when he had all the holes throughout his whole, like half of his body, it kind of looked like a beehive.
you know they actually had a bee
that's kinda
infestation
cool.
on the set.
Did they really?
Of course they did.
Yeah, they had a bee infestation on the set. Like there was bees fucking everywhere, and they did not plan on that.
Dude, I got stung by a wasp the other day, and that shit fucking sucks, bro.
That shit sucks, bro.
We're at.
On my titty.
I have
Oh no.
not the titty,
George got his
Spot,
third
you get
nipple.
one.
Bro.
not the titty. Anything
so
but that.
I just think some of the dialogue within this movie is just really fucking good.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when they have Candyman say, "I am the writing on the wall. The sweet smell of blood. Be my victim."
Dude, when he
Fucking
comes back,
poetry.
they get the original guy from the first movie, the original Candyman.
Tony Todd.
Dude.
And I mean, dude, the scene where the very beginning where that guy comes out of the wall with the candy.
Yeah.
He lives in the walls.
Terrifying.
Very terrifying. And you know what? A lot of
was
people are like, the movie was a vessel for social commentary disguised as a horror movie. Like people felt tricked. And I can see that. People being like, I thought I was just going to go see a horror movie. But then again, it's like Jordan Peele's producing it. It's a predominantly all black cast. And you've seen in the trailer that they talk about police brutality. Like, you know it.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're getting into, you're an idiot.
All you gotta say is, did you not watch the first one? Like, it's not like it's
Exactly.
much. The first one's the same way. It's portrayed in different
not-
ways, but it's still there.
It's
like,
the first.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not as in your face as this one. Because I will say, like, this one, like, dude, they didn't hide anything. Like, they're like, this is what we're gonna talk about. We are gonna show you, and like, there's no getting away from it. But it has been a concept in Candyman since the very beginning.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like this Candyman is the first Candyman to have a black protagonist. All the other ones didn't have one; it was their white protagonists, and
Yeah.
it's the shortest Candyman movie ever, too. So, you know,
Yeah.
but I think it does. I think it
God.
does. It's pretty effective. I mean, it is a commentary on gentrification. It's a big theme. You know, ghettos built by white people, black people move in, then white people push them out for development,
And then rebuild it.
and then they
Yeah.
rebuild it,
Yeah.
and they make they hike the rent up, and it's like, you know, where black people supposed to go? They need to play, you know, like you put in a Whole Foods where my house used to be, like it's fucked up, and that's I mean that's just one of the themes. Like I said, you had police brutality as well, and
Well, there's multiple things. I mean, the thing is that if you're watching this and it's Jordan Peele.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you haven't watched half the things he's done in Key and Peele, also Get Out, also Us, like, were you expecting anything different? I mean, every one of his movies and skits where he's going to touch these kind of things, it's important to talk about. So, like,
Yeah.
anyone who's mad about that is just an idiot who hasn't really
Yeah.
consumed his media and understood what he's telling, what stories he's telling, because
Yeah.
Get Out is a huge social commentary movie that's a horror movie. Us, again, another social commentary that's disguised as
No,
horror.
exactly.
It's
And
just
yeah.
his thing.
No, and yes, of course, like this Candyman is not as scary. Oh well. I'm sorry, like horror could do that.
right.
Yeah.
Horror doesn't
It
have to
always
necessarily.
has.
Yeah, that's going back on what we said earlier.
There's way more important things happening in this movie than just jump scares.
And you know what's
which
funny?
we-
And
at this point, we're tired of.
And I just thought of this. I just had this thought
What?
pop into my brain, and I'm glad that we are recording it while I had it. These jagweeds, these hayseeds, talk about how they don't, because it's like, you know, you go to IMDb, and I pulled this up for a reason. IMDb got review bombed by fucking people that were like racist garbage, boring, extremely disappointing, woeful and
100%.
terrible, yikes. And it's like refund, please, abysmal. And it's just all people being like, basically they should have said, this made me feel, as a white person, this movie made me feel guilty. Just admit it.
Uncomfortable.
Just admit it. It's like, dude, I'll admit all day up and down, white people can be terrible, but anybody can be terrible. But in this instance, it's like, you got to own up to it. That your cousin's acting up, you better go get your cousin. It's like that's how I put it. It's like you just gotta own it. You can't.
But this is also not this is not like a new theme for Candyman,
and it's not a new theme for horror movies either. Because what about Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah,
I mean, my fucking God, one of the original first ever horror movies to really do something, and it's the whole movie is a fucking social commentary on race, 100%. I mean, even George
I think it's the first horror movie with a
so.
black person.
Here, I'm just gonna sum it up for you, and it's real easy. It's just a bunch of white people being racist. That a black director is writing a movie that they wanted a white person to write, and they're upset. They're upset with it, and they can be upset all they want because they can go fuck themselves. It's
Literally, go fuck
Why?
yourself.
Oh yeah.
That's all
It's
it is.
people just being like, I don't want to hear about racist shit, and it's like, well,
that's all it is.
And it's like, I don't want to
It's
hear
white
about it
people
because it
being
makes me
racist.
feel
It's
bad.
as simple as that.
Yeah, because it makes me feel
They-
bad.
they-
And it's like, why do you feel bad? If you're not a bad person and you respect
Because they
other
are.
people, you wouldn't
Everybody
feel
who,
bad.
Anybody
Exactly.
who literally goes out of the way to write something like that on IMDb is like they are racist, and they are just
Yes.
trying. They're trying to
100%.
tell
I can't
themselves they're
tell
not
you-
when they really are. Be like, well, I have
critique the movie
well, I have,
without saying
yeah,
that.
literally,
Like, I
bro.
can't tell you how many reviews on IMDb were started out as, I don't even leave reviews on IMDb, but I made an account just to do it. Now, anybody who does that has an opinion I do not respect. It's like you make a Yelp account just to give a restaurant a very bad rating. It's like you just want to be heard. You want your shitty opinion to be vindicated. And the only other people that agree with you are other racist trash that can't, that white fragility in them. It just crumbles so easily. It's like Dave Chappelle put it best. It's brittle spirits. It's like you're gonna lose. It's like you're gonna lose your mind because someone kneeled during the national anthem. Brittle fucking spirits, man. It's all it fucking is, and that's
Tell
what
me
these
your
people
Nikes,
are.
bro. I will take them.
Yeah. Tell me you're an incel virgin nerd without telling me you're an incel virgin nerd. Is pretty much what these IMDb reviews are. And granted,
Literally.
I'm not saying this movie is a 100 Metacritic score, 5 out of 5, best thing I've ever seen. I don't even think it's the best Jordan Peele movie. I don't think.
Well, that's because it's not.
Well, I
his
mean,
movie.
like produced piece of work.
Yeah.
Produced piece of work that he has his name attached to, like Monkey Paw Studios or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than Get Out. I don't even think it's better than the original Candyman, but it's not meant to be the original.
I definitely think it's better than the original. I think it does a better job at telling a story than the first one, and I just like the perspective.
It does a better job at perspective. I'll give it that, but I still
thing I
think
miss
the
out of
first
it-
one's more entertaining. That's just me.
The thing I miss out of it is in the original movie, the concept of like, is Candyman really doing this, or is this
Right, the paranormal aspect of it.
Right.
or is it her that's actually doing it and kind of being like possessed by Candyman?
And which
that element,
go ahead, Pat. Sorry.
That element in the original movie, it was kind of like playing with the audience, seeing like, is she actually going crazy, or is Candyman real?
And
This movie kind of was like on the head, like, yeah, Candyman's actually real and actually doing these deaths. Which I did like for this movie. It's definitely a better sequel than the actual Candyman sequel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. But I also like that they made it seem like she did go crazy and that she did steal that baby and tried to kill it. Like, and then once it kind of unveils itself, there's like, no, Candyman is actually real.
And the only people
is a real person.
The only people who knew it, that she tried to save the baby and not kill it, were the people who were there. So it's like you can't believe urban legend and secondhand stories and playing telephone with other people. Like the people who were there, they're the ones that like, no, like she.
That's how you get the Bible.
Yeah, that's how you get the fucking Bible.
100%.
Goddamn, Pat.
But I mean, I think it was fun. It was a good movie to watch.
No, I loved it.
I can't wait to watch it again.
Now I have a question. Actually,
go ahead.
What's up?
Do you think they're going to continue with this new Candyman?
I
Would
don't
you
think
want to
so.
see it?
I would.
If they made
Would you
it, I
want to
wouldn't
see?
be mad.
And actually, kind of also, if they did a sequel, give them a chance to make us act like a scary movie.
I'd watch another film if they were to like make a third film to follow the events of Candyman. I
ain't asking for it, but
the new guy playing Candyman would be sick.
Yeah, I won't say no, but I'm not asking for it either. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not asking for it either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they did, it would be they can.
Oh yeah, they definitely can. The following this movie has and the support it had and how well it did in the box office, it just shows that if they were able to get together again and write another storyline, it would.
They probably will because this movie's budget was $25 million, which is $15 million less than Malignant, which is insane.
How much did it make?
But I mean, that was what funded by Paramount. This is funded by Monkey Paw, so it's not going to have the bigger budget. But it grossed $76.5 million. So the profit's there to do another one. Malignant, I don't think so, but. Candyman,
exactly too. That's
because it's all about money at the end of the day.
During the pandemic, yeah.
No production companies,
like,
no producers or studios are out to make passion projects really, unless you're like A24, like Paramounts and other stuff like that. Like the only reason they gave James Wan all that money to make a movie was because he did Aquaman and made Paramount $1 billion fucking dollars, and they were like, "You made us so much money, you can make whatever you want." And James Wan goes,
and he made Malignant.
And then he made Malignant.
Candyman was Universal.
He goes, "Word, all right, I'll make a movie." And he made Malignant.
What'd you say, George?
We're definitely getting a second one because Candyman was Universal and MGM.
Oh yeah.
Monkey Paw was involved. Yeah, Monkey Paw was involved with Candyman.
They might have been involved.
If Jordan Peele's on that film, he put his production company into it.
He's in it too. But Universal and MGM are like the main ones, I guess.
Those studios, I think, always get involved because they help get the movie
out
into theaters.
Yeah. They probably distribute plan.
Definitely 100%.
Now, Metacritic gave this a 72. Do y'all agree with that?
No.
Yeah.
What's
I'll
the
get a
original
little bit
one at,
higher.
do you know?
I do not know.
Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah,
see if it's
because 72, I wouldn't put it. I put Evil Dead 2 in the 80s.
The Metacritic for the original Candyman is 61.
Yeah, it's in a 6.7.
Which I agree with that one.
I don't.
I agree with that one.
I love the original
The
Candyman
movie's not
so
that
much.
good. It's not that good,
dude.
The first one?
The last time I watched it was when we reviewed it. But I love that movie. I think it's great.
I love the original Candyman.
Oh no, it's great.
Just like the atmosphere that it gives, like the spooky ooky, like super like paranormal vibe, and like
and it's so different compared to
Hellraiser. Like I love the first Candyman. I think it's great.
It's so different.
Dylan, do you remember the joke you made about the music?
What?
In the first movie?
Oh, the Philip Glass music?
Yeah.
Dude, Philip fucking Glass, bro. It's so funny. It's like Philip Glass is like, I'm not going to say he's a poor man's Danny Elfman, but he has got this distinct sound to his music. It's very synth driven. It's very moody and dark, and I don't remember what I said about it exactly.
Dark.
It's like dark, ha ha ha. Like it's fucking. It's like South Park did a thing where they did a non-denominational Christmas play where nobody could get offended. So instead of Christmas songs, they had Philip Glass do the fucking the soundtrack for the local school production of Jesus Being Born, and ahead of its time that episode was, but yeah, he's just got this fucking depressing fucking music that I love. I think he's a great composer.
That's because we're all a bunch of sad emo.
Yeah, he's no.
But also the music.
He's no Danny
I like the
Elfman.
music in the. I like the music in the new movie too.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
do.
I like the film direction. The way that she would zoom in or zoom out of a shot was fucking brilliant.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I just think this movie was. I think it's worth the hype. I think everyone
also the
should
intro.
watch it.
The intro with the upside down buildings.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That was kind of
cool.
sick. Intro.
Which
I would put the original
Fun
Candyman at like.
fact.
Oh, go ahead, George.
The original movie was like an overhead shot of Cabrini Green.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
in
saying.
this one,
It paid
was
tributes to the
completely
original
flipped,
movie.
and it was upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a mirror image of it.
I would give the original Candyman. I wouldn't put it in the 80s. I would put it in like the upper 70s. I would probably give the newer Candyman I don't know. 72 is kind of. I would probably put it 75, like just under the original.
I would do 80. I think
I have to watch it
I'm going
again.
85.
I have to watch it again. I was very high in the movie theater when I watched it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it twice already, so yeah.
Yeah, I can get it on my Apple TV, but it's
it has a
$20
good
and I was like,
rewatchability.
I'll wait till it's cheaper.
It's a fun watch. It's unique in its own way, and it really does a good job of like, picking up where the first one left off, kind of, and also doing a good job of incorporating the first one into itself, so that you really don't need to watch the first one if you don't want to.
I think it's in time too.
Making it a movie night and putting in Candyman, from '92, and then popping in Candyman.
That'd be a great double feature.
And it'd be a cool double feature because they really do. They did a good job.
Yeah,
they did a great job of
that,
tying
and you
two
don't have to
stories.
watch Candyman.
Oh yeah,
too.
it has the same
You don't.
effects. It has the same effect with Halloween now.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And what
You can
Scream
watch
is probably going to
Halloween.
bring? The new Scream is probably going to bring that to the table.
I like that they're doing this.
I think Scream still has the sequels are still canon.
All of them?
Yeah. All of them. I think all.
Yeah.
I think the way they're doing it is that like it's an overarching
It's a pass of the
story
torch,
for
actually.
Scream. Yeah, where it just one after another it keeps going on and on.
Don't you love though
Yeah.
that like fucking people? Someone wrote a letter and they're like, "Dear Hollywood, reboot reboots," and it's like they're like
The reboot.
some guy just slowly removes his glasses and goes, "Mother of God."
Get David Gordon Green on the phone right
Let's
now.
get rid of let's get rid of all the bad sequels and just go from there.
Let's take these bad sequels of loved movies and give them proper like continuing arcs.
shit.
I can't
Terminator did
remember,
it.
though.
Terminator tried to do it twice.
Well, that's because they should have.
No, I like Salvation.
Well after Judgment. Right after Judgment.
I like
feel
Salvation.
T2
with I think it's great. Personally,
But I can't
The new
remember
one's
for
not bad either.
Halloween, for the new Halloween movie that came out a couple years ago, does it pick up right after Halloween 2? Or
One.
does it pick up right after Halloween?
it's the first one.
No,
Well, not. It's
It's the
not. I
first
mean,
one.
it's obviously
No, it's right
in
after the first one.
the second one.
It's after the first
second
one,
events
yeah.
didn't happen.
There's no hospital scene.
Okay.
There's no hospital.
No,
type
they're
of-
doing it.
That's why I
they're
couldn't
doing the
remember.
hospital shit in this new movie.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
I really do hope that
not spoilers
at
in the
some
trailer.
point
you
Spoiler
dork.
free.
that Ghost
It's a
is
tra-
in this movie.
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point. I need Ghost to be in this movie in some shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have the release song that's going to be featured in the movie, but I really just want Ghost
Brooklyn-
to be in the movie because I think that would be sick.
Brooklyn
as shit.
Vegan has like I think 500 copies of that single on a set on a,
Oh, yeah,
se-
the one I
on a
picked up?
7-inch vinyl in blood red. So if you're interested,
what I got.
Go to Brooklyn Vegan. That's where I get a lot of my fucking records. I just got
Pick that shit up. DJ spin that
I just got Typo Negative's October Rust
Ooh.
on double green and black splatter vinyl. Yeah, and I got
collect records in that spicy. Whew.
and I got Corrosion of Conformity's record Blind from Brooklyn Vegan. They do a ton of good killer fucking.
I'm going to check that out because I just picked up Reaper Records just repressed Big Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, they
by
did?
T.Y.
Ooh.
And I picked that shit up
Yeah,
so quick.
yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, Brooklyn Vegan's great to join their email list because they just send you a list of what's new and what they've got like in stock, and I just peruse it and I go and I always just spend too much money because they always have something that I want.
Always.
It's a cool mix,
Always.
man. I mean, they've got hardcore, they've got indie, they've got ambient emo, they've got black metal, they've got everything. Like it's something to fit hip hop and rap and all these reissues of classic hip hop albums. So it's definitely it's a cool place to buy records online for sure.
Sick. I wanted to plug because I was talking to him today. His name is on Instagram. It's just Magnetic Magic Rentals. He's doing a lot of. He's selling a lot of his personal VHS stash. So if you're someone that likes to collect old movies, he's got some movies up right now. These are all on VHS. So he's got Faust. He's got House of a Thousand Corpses.
He has Faust,
H.P. Love. Yeah, he has
that
Faust.
shitty
He
movie
has-
Faust.
Yeah. With it's got fucking Mark Frost and Isabelle Brooke in it.
Oh God.
He's got the Necronomicon, Book of the Dead, Confessions of a
go.
Serial Killer, Talisman, The Dead Hate the Living. He's got all kinds of just weird, obscure horror movies on VHS, and they're relatively
Yeah,
cheap.
you won't find those at a flea market. I feel like.
He's got on VHS, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2
Oh.
for $10.
Hell yes.
If you want.
So go check him out. He also does this thing on Fridays where he like uploads weird, obscure Halloween movies onto his YouTube
Oh,
channel.
cool.
And you can just watch weird, old fucking. And they're all in VHS, so they all have that weird, low quality that we love.
Movies where the copyright's
on
written
YouTube.
out, or
Grainy as
runs
fuck.
its course, and
Grainy as
and
shit.
and everyone's like, no,
But,
we don't need to renew this. You can do whatever you want with it.
But yeah,
I've seen a couple
check
of
'em
movies
out
like
if you're
that.
interested.
Beast of the Yellow Night is I think it's a Filipino werewolf movie that my mom saw as a kid at the drive-in when they did like double features of like just any shitty movie whatsoever. But she
Yeah.
was like, yeah, like I saw that, and like you can find the trailer online, and it's like a cool classic trailer. But I haven't watched it. It doesn't look good.
of course.
It does not look good, but it's there.
But I think, I feel like, of the two movies, go watch both of them. Form your own opinions. They're good movies. They're worth the paying to rent them or going to the theater and watching them if you really miss that experience.
Also watch Candyman 3, Day of the Dead.
Or I got a better idea. You could slam your head through
What?
the drywall.
But as always, guys, send us weird things to watch. Someone sent us, they want us to watch House and do a show on that.
Dude, we should do
Everyone
House
wants
and
us-
House 2.
I would love to talk.
It's on Shudder.
You know what movie I'd love to talk
on
about
Shudder.
is Christine.
Yes,
I would love
please.
to talk about Christine because I need an.
Everyone wants us to do the Idle Hands episode.
I need a reason to do.
Let's do it.
I need a reason to watch Christine again. So that'd be great.
I'll give you the reason. Just go watch Christine.
I want to talk about it. I want to talk
But,
about it.
someone else sent us another weird movie to watch. So keep doing that. We like I said before, we can't watch literally everything or even have a thought.
Dude, you know what I
of
just
what's
watched?
out there? What?
I watched, what is it, Prisoners of Ghostland with Nicolas
You
Cage.
said it was good.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, I thought you said it was awesome.
At what I was watching was awesome until I got to the end and I was like, oh, this is this is just a fucking.
So what you're saying is that I'm
It's-
gonna love it.
Yeah, no, George, you're gonna
I
love
think
it.
Midnight Mass would be kind of cool to talk about.
Yeah, I would love that.
Has George fucking watched it yet? By that face, it
Yeah,
looks
by
like
that-
no. So
On the hot seat, George.
No, I'm getting
You
to
should
it.
watch it, George.
I'm getting to it. I'm
You and
getting
Felicia
to
would
it.
love
get
it.
into it. What are you
What are you
fucking watching
watching?
right now? Great British Bake Off? You just binging all the seasons of that?
That's what I fall asleep to sometimes.
He's watching. I'm binging Shark Tank.
I'll like be going to sleep and I'll just hear someone being like, "You're going to make a marmalade with a buttercream sauce and a nice."
That's the real.
nice
that's the
Listen,
real
I'm
horrors.
addicted to Lego Masters. Okay, whatever. Leave me alone. Judge me.
Bro, I've already finished that. Season 2? Come on now.
A nice-
Give the program.
A nice buttercream sponge, and I'm just like, so nice. Everybody wins on
yeah,
that show, even if you lose, you win. That's what I love
win.
about it. It's not really
You-
a competition. It's just everybody try your best, and here we go.
Try your best.
and
Make that fucking flaky.
yeah, I love it.
That's this show.
Yeah, watch that. It's a good show. It's a good template for reality shows. Don't be cutthroat. Have a good time.
Have a good time. Bake some delicious treats.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, watch these movies. Send us weird shit to read or watch. And I think I don't know what we're doing next week. I think we're gonna do. I know we'll definitely do Halloween Kills. Don't you worry about that. But
Yeah,
I
we're
think
going
we're
tonight?
gonna do Halloween Horror Nights discussion next week because it's
Okay.
coming close to the end of the
Oh, that's right.
season for Halloween Horror Nights, so we can kind of talk about all of our nights going, review the houses. I don't know if Dylan remembers.
I remember a lot of them. I remember all of them because Mike was kind enough to wheel me very, very slowly in the houses.
Oh.
and I was in the front.
Up here,
for
the
every
Horror
single one of
Junkies,
them.
We timed.
walk through the houses slow as fuck, dude.
And
No, this
Mike will say it was for my enjoyment, but I say it was to bring the ghouls out to
Oh yes,
give me quite
I
a
got it
scare. So
timed perfectly.
it was great. I gotta suggest to anybody, if you can get pushed in a wheelchair by your Yeti friend, you should do it. Mike's hands were too big for the wheelchair handles. It looked like two baseball mitts trying to fucking grasp the handle. It was pretty funny.
They don't make. I don't. They're small handles.
They're
man.
very small, very small.
But I think we'll do that. We'll do Halloween Kills. So we'll kind of
Yeah.
talk about a movie. We'll talk about Halloween Horror Nights, and then The following weekend, not this one, but next is Spooky Empire.
Oh,
yeah.
So we're gonna do a lot of live videos and YouTube content for that one. So
Okay, cool.
we won't do an episode on Spooky Empire, but we'll do a lot of like Instagram feeds and shit
we'll
like
figure
that.
something
So,
out.
If you haven't followed us on the social medias, do that. And other than that, guys, I think that's it. So it's been a pleasure. It's been another weird, fun episode. But as usual, I'm Mike.
I'm Pat.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
See you nerds next week when Patrick
Fuck you, Dylan.
Eats cauliflower.
I do.